What's going on, everybody? This is Stubbs from Retro Handhelds. I thought it would be fun today to go over two older handhelds, the 300X and 280V from AnberNIC. There's a new OS out for these handhelds called AnberNIX, and wanted to take a look at that with everyone together here and actually give a review. I've not reviewed these before. Let's go ahead and take a look together, shall we? All right, so first let's take a look at the 280V here. So this one is nice, light, compact, volume up and down here. You have shoulder buttons up top, which is a bit of a reach, but that's not awful. It works. Face buttons are beautiful, nice and mushy. D-pad as well, great travel on those. Start and select. We have the mono speaker back here, the nice matte shell. And looking at the 300X, we've got the same nice mushy D-pad. Ooh, very accurate there. Face button feels good. D-pad feels nice and accurate. Face buttons are a little far apart, but they press in beautifully. Good play, good travel there. That's going to be good for fighting games. L1, R1, nice and clicky. L2, R2, bit of a bump up there. I don't like the glossy feel on those. It does have the micro SD cards on the bottom as well as the headphone jack. I do not like this glossy skin on this though, the glossy feel on this. It leaves fingerprints, drives me crazy. Ugh. Oh well. Yeah, nice and matte here on the 280V, which is much better for me. Which 280V has that headphone port up top. There is rumble in both of these. I don't know if you knew that. That was a surprise to me. Have the function button on the side. But it's a nice, sleek handheld. These are both very aesthetically pleasing handhelds, copying that Famicom look. All right, side-by-side comparison. They're about the same thickness. Very nice and lightweight. 280V just seems a little heavier, even though it's smaller. 300 feels so good in the hands. Nice and lightweight. Bigger than a Game Boy Micro, which is what it's kind of copying here. So it's definitely bigger than Game Boy Micro. 280V, though, I like that form factor. 300 is probably a little more ergonomic for me. All in all, not too bad. RH stamp of approval. Let's move on. All right, 300X, spec-wise, we got that JZ4770 dual-core processor at 1 GHz. Storage, we have 2 micro SD card slots. Usually they ship with a 16 gig and a 64 gig card from the factory. RAM, we have a DDR2 at 512 megabytes. Screen is a 3.0-inch IPS OCA laminated 640 by 480. Awesome. Connectivity, we got nothing. We got no Wi-Fi, no Bluetooth. That's just how it is on these. USB with USB-C charging, as well as a USB port for data and OTG, plus a HDMI out. Currently, that does not work in many of the OS options, but that is coming in OpenDingux Beta, I hear, very soon, so stay tuned for that. For audio, we have stereo speakers with a 3.5-inch headphone out, as well as rumble, which is awesome. Battery, we have LiPo at 2500 milliamp hours, which lasts up to 6 hours. OS options, we have AnberNIX, which is the one we're taking a look at today. Also other great ones, such as the ADAM image, OpenDingux Beta, and the Rogue firmware. Moving on to the 280V, we have the same CPU, same storage, same RAM. Screen's a little smaller at 2.8-inch IPS OCA laminated 320 by 480. So a little bit smaller pixels there. Same, no connectivity, USB-C charging, just one USB-C port and one mono speaker, 3.5-inch headphone out. We have rumble in the 280V as well. LiPo battery is a little bit smaller at 2100 milliamp hours, lasts up to 5 hours. Same OS options. All right, taking a look at AnberNIX. Booting this up. This is now shipping with the 300X. It does come with some games. There is a community version, which I've linked in the video description below. It does not contain any games, so just be aware of that. You need to provide your own, but give it a try on your 300X or 280V and let us know what you think. So booting it up here, yeah, we have that nice OpenDingux kind of look, very simple. Doesn't have simple menu, so that's been removed here. It's just straight and to the point, very lightweight, I've noticed. Performance has been fantastic, very fast, very snappy. I like the background and the theme here, as well as the icons chosen. All right, let's try out a game. So here is the Mario 64 port, and this is running pretty smooth so far. Yeah, this seems to be running full speed. This is awesome. It's wild playing Mario 64 on this 4770 chip. You know, I remember playing this back when the OSs weren't quite as refined, and it was good, but it was still definitely laggy. So this is running very smooth here. So far, I'm really impressed with this firmware. You're going to get this same performance if you just use the OpenDingux Beta, the latest nightly. That gives you the same 8% boost here. And yeah, this plays great. Again, I wish these face buttons were just a little closer together. It's going to be tough reaching for some of those for the Y and X. All right, let's try one of my favorite systems here, Pico 8. Go with the classic Celeste. This performs beautifully on here. Pico 8 looks great on here. Controls feel great. Man, I love this D-pad. Face button. Yeah, they use some great conductive rubber going on here. All right, not bad. Not bad. Seems to be running full speed. What else we got? Now we're going to try the Outrun OPK port here. Little bit of audio latency, but this is very enjoyable. This game's kind of a vibe, isn't it? Oh man, I'm impressed with this port. All right, let's move our car over here. Boom! Look at that, flawless. Ah! All right, moving over to the 280V. Let's try some of the same games. Let's turn that on and boot up AnberNIX. And you know what? I like the screen better on the 280V too. Just the colors seem a little bit more vibrant, a little bit better saturation. While I like the ergonomics on the 300X better, I gotta say I like the screen better on this 280V. I just do. Super clean. All right, let's try Mario 64 in here again. And yeah, this is running at full speed. Feels very fluid, no audio latency, no slowdowns. It's a little tougher to control Mario for my thumb on this 280V. It's so cramped. Just a little cramped for my Stubbs thumbs. The reason I have that nickname, you know. Okay, and we go, and we die over and over. This game is a little easier for me to control on the 300X, gotta be honest here. Trying out Doom for the Sega 32X. Probably one of the worst Doom ports, so I've heard. Other than that, feels good, looks good. It's Doom. It runs. Yes, it can run Doom. Look at it run. Alright, and now we're going to play Crash Bandicoot on the PlayStation 1. You know, PlayStation classically in this chipset has not been amazing, but this is running full speed. Definitely can feel that 8% performance bump. Looks good, sounds good. Classic Crash Bandicoot action. You know, I would say at this size, the Miu Mini is a bit more comfortable for me to play than the 280V, but it's very good. We are getting 60 FPS, no problem. CPU is taxed at around 85%. All right, moving back over to the 300X. Let's try out PlayStation 1 on here. This is my first ever PlayStation 1 game I played in my life. Battle Arena Toshinden came out in, I believe it was a launch title. Played this back in '96, and still one of my favorite games to this day. I like Tekken better as far as fighting games go, but this is still a classic. And yeah, D-pad works great on this for fighting games. This is a handheld usually that's pretty decently priced, especially on sale, as well as the 280V. I mean, you're going to find these well under 100 any day of the week. But yep, we are getting full speed here. Plays great, sounds great, looks great. Moving on over to another classic of mine. Cool Borders 2, one of the best snowboarding games of all time, in my opinion. You just can't go wrong with it. It's a classic on PS1. I do recommend this. And it's running great, so what can I say? And my favorite PS1 game is Apocalypse for PS1, starring Bruce Willis. This is running off the Neversoft Tony Hawk engine. This is the first game by Neversoft to use that engine. I love this game because not only does it use DualShock controls, which we don't have here, but that's okay, but it uses rumble in a really satisfying way. So this is a run-and-gun game, basically, but rumble works great, and it's a good test to see how the vibration works on these. And just for fun, let's play Apocalypse on the 280V. Again, full speed. Again, the rumble motor in the 280V feels awesome. Lots of great Bruce Willis one-liners in here. And again, looks just a little bit better on this screen. Let's wrap up here. Okay, so what did we think? All right, well, obviously, As far as performance goes in this chipset, we're going to play up to PS1, as well as any OPK files like Mario 64 is going to give you that sense of, oh, I'm playing 64. Not really, but kind of. Really enjoyed just trying this out, trying out this new firmware. I am a fan so far. I'm not going to show off ADAM today or Rogue. I've tried those out in the past. They're beautiful. I love how they are set up and put together, but I really just wanted to showcase this new OS and see if it's a good option for you. Try it out on yours. Let us know. There's also other things to consider here. So let's take a look at the accessories you can get with these. So you got this Anbernic, straight from Anbernic on AliExpress. You can get this case for the 280V. It fits great, as well as there's ones for the 300X. Any of these sort of RG300, 350 cases are going to work very well and fit. Those are only a few bucks, really, so I do recommend picking one up. Also, other things to consider are buttons. So there are some custom buttons made by Sakura Retro Modding. So here's the Sakura buttons. Just a few options. Love the transparent ones. Love these candy style ones, multicolored. So these are going to be available for most Anbernic handhelds from Sakura. These are going to fit great in your 280V. And there's also the ones from RetroGame.Evo. Let's show those off. These particular buttons here are going to be, I believe, for my Miu Mini, but there's an example of what you can get pretty soon for the 300X. I've had a lot of fun playing on these. Again, these have been comfortable, lightweight handhelds just to carry around, to pocket, to go and, you know, do errands, run around town with. Easy and simple to pick up and play. Great battery life. Great Pico 8 dedicated devices, PS1 devices. Been having fun. So to summarize, our likes are going to be, yeah, buttons and D-pad. I really like on both of these. The spacing on the buttons on the 300X, I wish was a little bit closer. That new OS I am enjoying so far. I would say I like ADAM the best. Definitely like ADAM Image the best because of how, you know, fancy, and I'm used to having a nice fancy front end, but this one's very lightweight and very fast. Size and weight of these devices are both awesome. The 280V is really nice. It's not as ergonomic as the 300X, but both are pocketable and easy. Emulation up to PS1 was very good. Screen looks good on both. It looks better on the 280V with my eyes. 300X, not quite up to par there. Pricing is awesome on both of these. You'll find them often on sales for as low as 50 bucks for the 300X, and 280V you might even find 50, 60 bucks. Retail pricing is still well under 100, so easy recommend there. Dislikes, just, yeah, the button spacing on the 300X, didn't love it. Underpowered, you're not going to be playing PSP or N64 or Dreamcast, so just realize that. Speaker quality is okay. That mono speaker in the 280V is loud, but it does not sound great. 300X does sound a bit better. Ergonomics are awesome on the 300X. Wish we had stacked shoulders, kind of getting that claw grip doesn't feel too good. And the 280V ergonomics, just, yeah, I'm not a fan of the claw. I'm not sure how much better you can place them anyways on the 280V. That's probably the best you can really do in this form factor. So it's serviceable, it is what it is. Fixes for Anbernic, yeah, if we could fix more on this thing, I would say better speakers. I would love Wi-Fi for my retro achievements. HDMI out does not work on the 300X currently on OpenDingux, so that's coming in a beta soon. This is for that team, not for Anbernic. Would love to get that working so we can get it in this new Anbernics. Make sure to run the updater to fix that when that's made available in the nightlies. Would love to have Wi-Fi if possible again, and just more colorways, like just more fun colors. The Famicom look is kind of getting old at this point, especially in 2022. I do recommend these handhelds in 2022 just for how pocketable they are. As long as you know what you're getting into for performance, I think you really can't go wrong with either one of these. All told, that's going to give us a final score of 11 out of 15 Famiclones. I like these. I do not love them. For my money, I like the Miu Mini better in that smaller form factor, and the 300X kind of stands alone as its like own product. It's so unique. You'd think it's small, like a GB Micro, but it's not. It's bigger. But for my hands, it feels good. So that's my preferred device out of the two of these. 280V, just it's a little cramped for my gaming style, but it is so cute, and man, that screen looks good. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, please give us a like, a comment, subscribe to our channel. We will be doing more of these. Just thank you so much for watching, and let us know what you think in the comments below. Pick one up in our affiliate link. We'll see you next time. Take care of your handhelds, everybody, and each other.